Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is DJ the Bondsman. Just tapping back in with you all today. Just wanted to talk today about the solar eclipse. We are estimated to have, well, let me preface it by saying that Arkansas in a whole has a population around 3 million people. Here in Little Rock, the population is 200,000. That's just the city of Little Rock alone. But combined with the metropolitan area, I want to say it's like 400,000 or 500,000. So I like to call Little Rock, it's a small city, big town. That's the perfect definition of Little Rock. You know, we have a national airport. That's one of the bad parts about Little Rock. We don't have an international airport. And a lot of our flights are connecting out of Dallas. A lot of flights you have to fly to Dallas, then fly out. We have a few places going direct flights. We got a decent amount, but it's not enough for me to be comfortable. But it is what it is. It's Little Rock, you know. It's not too bad. And our airport is kind of small. But I'm making this video for the people that will be coming into Little Rock in the central Arkansas area this year, or in a couple days for the solar eclipse. I'm making this video for y'all to kind of let y'all know what's going on and to just kind of know what's going on, where to go, where not to go, places to eat, places for kids. And if you haven't been to Little Rock yet, I mean, Little Rock is a decent little town. And I will tell you this, you probably hear on the news, you probably heard on the news about gangbanging in Little Rock back in the day in the early 90s. You probably also seen Little Rock make a lot of top 10 and top 20 lists for crime. But if you ever came from a big city like New Orleans, Detroit, Chicago, New York, you name them, Miami, LA, Little Rock crime is nowhere near the crime of a big city. So, and I grew up in West Memphis, Arkansas, right there by Memphis. Crime in Memphis is on a whole different level than Little Rock. And I'm telling you this, I'm a bail bondsman, so I know what I'm talking about in regards to crime. And if you're coming from a big city or somewhere else with a population similar to this, you don't have to be worried about crime here. The same way you move in those bigger cities, and you're coming here for the eclipse, if you move the same way, you will have no problem in Little Rock. I like to call Little Rock a place where it's a lot of opportunity crimes. Now, you do have those weird crimes and stuff where somebody will get robbed, like at gunpoint or carjacking, but that's very, very, very rare around here. I can't tell you the last time I've seen just a random carjacking or a robbery. We don't have like the aggressive criminals here, like, you know, the aggressive homeless people or people that just walk up to you and test you or be like, hey, I need some money. You know, the people that will make you feel uncomfortable. We really don't have that here in Little Rock. They don't, like our homeless population or the people that's just in the streets, even the so-called thugs and the hood people, they're not going to bother you. Even no matter your race, they're not going to bother you around here unless you're just off, you know, you just in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere you really don't have no business being. And you'll know that, which we don't have that many, like, real hoods when you compare it to big cities or whatever. Little Rock, you ain't going to have nothing to worry about. The crimes here are almost like opportunity crimes. Like, you'll hear people get mad or upset. Oh, my car was broken into last night. My car was broken into, you see on the little neighborhood apps like, I think it's called Nextdoor, or on Ring. Like, my car was broken into. You'll hear people say there 3 cars were broken into in a certain neighborhood. And you get to reading the story. What they mean broken into, well, my car was parked out in the yard, and I left my doors unlocked, and somebody went in there and stole my laptop, stole my wallet, stole my gun. And I used to read it like, dang, oh. I mean, I know it's wrong, but, like, I was raised like, you leave your car doors open and stuff, that type of stuff happens, and you have people really upset. And that's the type of crimes we have around here. So if you're coming in from out of town, if you just do the normal, like what you're supposed to do, you shouldn't have any problem. So like you got purses or anything like that, before you get to your location, put your purses up somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like right before you get to the mall, stop at the McDonald's up the street, put your purse in the trunk, put all your valuables in the trunk, and then get out. Just as long as you can park pretty much anywhere in Little Rock, as long as you don't leave any valuables out in the car, and they're all concealed, you shouldn't have any problems with anybody breaking in your car. If you got rims or anything like that, if you have one set of locks on your wheels, 9 times out of 10, nobody's going to sit your car on bricks over here. People really don't do that here. Now, you get the people that have no locks on their wheels, and then they'll get robbed. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me take this call. Bail Bondsman. All right. Yeah, back to what I'm back. I had to take a call, but anyway. Yeah, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to do, if you're not doing nothing wild or crazy, leaving your cars unlocked, leaving purses on the back seat with no tint on your windows, you won't have any problems in Little Rock. Little Rock, it's a cool place. Like I said, I traveled to a lot of cities, and I stay here for a reason. It's not bad. It's just a few areas you have to stay out of, and that's very, very few around here in Little Rock. So if you're in Little Rock, just tell you some places, like if you're getting hotel rooms, I would not, if I were you, get hotel rooms. And just saying that, it's not that bad still, though. If you get, it's going to be, it's a little sketchy over there, but you really ain't, things happen over there, but it's not like bad as big cities. So if you see hotel rooms off of Interstate 30 and 65th, stay away from those hotels. And it's not because they're bad, it's just they're not clean hotels. They're kind of nasty. I know not because I stayed in them, because I'm a bail bondsman. I bounty hunt. And so we go do recovery work. I'm in and out these hotels in these areas all the time, and I see what they're dealing with. So you won't stay off any hotels between Interstate 30 and between 65th Street and Guy Springs Road. Any hotels between 65th and I-30 and 65th, if you see hotels over there, you probably want to stay away from them. If you see any hotels off Scott Hamilton, anything between, I'll say University, or Baseline, between 65th I-30 and Baseline Road, you probably want to stay away from those hotels, just because they're just the sketchy crowd, the druggy crowds over there. You got a lot of people that sell drugs off 65th. You'll see the hotels you pull up. It ain't nothing that you would not be surprised of if you saw it. So that's on the south. That's the southwest side of town. If you stay out the hotels between those two areas, or between Baseline Road and 65th on I-30, stay away from those hotels. You'll be good. Also, now if you're in Little Rock off 430, going around this would be the west side of town on 430. Stay away from that Motel 6 area, right there off 430 in Markham. It doesn't look hood. It doesn't look like it's hood over there. It looks like a regular little city area. But that little spot, stay away from that Motel 6 over there on 430 in Markham. Stay away from that hotel. I'm over there all the time. We find a lot of people there. Stuff gets ugly, it will happen. That's one of the spots. But when you go over there, it doesn't look too hood or anything like that. But they get down over there. And that's where you would, something happen, you get your car broken into or something over there, something like that over there. Those are really the two main spots in Little Rock that you want to stay out of. Pretty much everything else in Little Rock proper is cool. Hold on 1 second, I got another call. Yeah, I'm back again one more time, but I got interrupted. It's first of the month, so it's a lot of people calling for buns. But yeah, if you stay out of those areas that I talked about in Little Rock, you'll be great. You won't have any problems at all. Now, those two areas in Little Rock. Now, there's one more area in Little Rock I forgot to tell you about. Over there by past the airport. But it's all right. I'm not gonna put that in there because it's only one hotel over there. It's just one little janky hotel. Now, if you're in North Little Rock, if you decide to stay in North Little Rock, please stay off Protho Junction. Protho Junction is like 65th. You have a lot of homeless. You have a lot of drug addicts over there. That'll be coming in 40. If you're coming from Memphis on 40. That's coming into North Little Rock. You'll see an exit called Protho Junction. I know that sounds funny, but it's spelled Prothro. Prothro. Stay away from all the hotels and motels over there. There's a lot of drug selling going on over there. There's a lot of tail selling, lot lizards, a lot of drugs, a lot of just unsavory people. Stay away from that spot if you're in North Little Rock. And if you're further on into North Little Rock, right there at 40 Interstate 30 interchange, stay away from the hotels right down there off Pershing. Any hotels over there off Pershing Avenue where you got Motel 6 once again, Quality Inn, those hotels, a lot of prostitution and drug selling going on over there. I would stay away from those places also if you're in the North Little Rock area as far as hotels. Anything else, you're straight. If you're staying in Benton and Bryant, that's coming 30. If you're coming in from like Texas on Interstate 30, you're straight. Benton and Bryant is all good. If you find a hotel over there, Benton and Bryant is pretty cool, it's pretty safe. It's the suburbs of Little Rock. You ain't gonna have no problems over there. Police ain't going over there. But like I said, as long as you coming in Benton Bryant, now when you get to Baseline Road between Baseline and 65th, stay away from that area, and you'll be good in Central Arkansas. Like I said, Little Rock. Central Arkansas is not that bad of a place. And now if you go to Jacksonville, that'll be coming in from the north on 167. If you're coming in from the north, Jacksonville, you got a few sketchy hotels, but you'll know where the sketchy hotels are, and they're not like national chains. Just stay away from those. You'll kind of know. But as a whole, Little Rock in the Central Arkansas area is not that bad. If you had any reservations about being worried about anything happening to you in Little Rock, as long as you just do your normal things, putting your valuables up and away before you go into restaurants, locking your car doors and keeping valuables out the way, you'll be fine in Little Rock. And if you're walking somewhere at night, just walk in groups, and I say groups, not even 3 or 4, just 2 people, you're not going to have any problems in Little Rock. I promise you not, as long as you're not over in the hood. And if you're visiting Little Rock, you're probably not going to be in the hood. But there's a lot going on in Little Rock. It's a pretty cool place. Just stay away from those areas if you're trying to get a hotel room, and you'll be safe in Little Rock. We have Little Rock PD, North Little Rock PD, Maumelle. We got Maumelle, Benton and Bryant, Pulaski County Sheriffs. You got state troopers running around. Little Rock, it's not like, so if you're ever worried about crime in Little Rock, and it's not, and even at the malls, the same applies. We don't have bad crime at the malls and in the stores here. We don't have we have theft here, but it's not a lot of just people running out of stores, stealing. You do have that because I did loss prevention for years here in Pulaski County. But you'll be safe at all the malls. There's not really anything going down at the malls. We got 4 malls here, really. 2 real like malls, which is Park Plaza Mall, that's in Little Rock off University. Then you have McCain Mall, which is in North Little Rock on McCain Boulevard. Then we have, for a couple outdoor malls, we have Chenal Promenade. That's on Chenal. That's out in the, what you like to say, the uppity part of Little Rock, where there's a lot of money at. And then you have the outlets of Little Rock. That's over there, southwest Little Rock off Interstate 30. Where Interstate 30 and 430 meets, that you have the outlet malls with the Bass Pro Shop and all that. It's pretty cool, pretty safe there. So if you're in any of these areas, you don't got even downtown. Downtown Little Rock is cool. At night, it's cool, as long as you don't veer too far, like off. But it still is not bad because it's not a big population in downtown. Like after 5 o'clock on weekdays, it gets real slow. Now, towards the weekends, Thursday, Friday, it picks up. You have crowds, but it's not nothing bad. You can walk with your family downtown Little Rock at night. You don't have anything to worry about. You can ride the little scooters or whatever. Downtown has beautiful trails to ride bikes on. So if you got bikes, it's cool to bring them here. We got a lot of bike trails, walking trails on the river. You can take your kids downtown. It's real cool. But I just want to talk to y'all about the crime, or like if you got any reservations about crime in Little Rock. It's not, when you hear people that say, oh, it's bad in Little Rock, oh, it's crime and it's terrible, those are usually people from little small podunk towns, hick towns that have never been nowhere, and Little Rock is the big city. If you talk to somebody that says crime is bad, Little Rock is a big city to them. But if you're cultured, you've traveled anywhere, Little Rock crime and Central Arkansas crime is a joke compared to, like I said, Memphis, St. Louis, Detroit, New Orleans, Atlanta, places like that, Houston. It's not that. Like I said, I'm a bail bondsman. I did loss prevention here for years. It's not like that. Most of the crime is people that know each other. Like, people we don't really got, you got gangs here, but it's like inner city beefs, like which happens everywhere. That's the crime that happens. But if you're not involved in any of that and you stay out of those little areas, like off 12th Street, you ain't gonna have no problems in Little Rock. Even in the black neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have no problems as long as you're not involved in their issues. You can go to all the restaurants. You see restaurants in the hood, and it looks like in sketchy areas. Most time you get like soul food, or like you want some good wings from like a restaurant in the so-called hood, a barbecue. You cool to go there. It's not really nothing gonna happen. I wouldn't be worried because I go everywhere. It's not gonna be a big deal. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got to go make a bond. So I'm going to come back, and part 2 will be about like restaurants to eat at and where you would like to take your kids. But I'm going to holler at y'all here in a little bit. I'm out. Call me if you need me, 501-225-0007. It's Bryce's Bail Bonding Company.